Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
So you all you all group up and you cross the city in relatively short order of time, and you wind up traveling to, honestly, that town square that you started off in. Arriving there, you head into what appears to be a converted, mayor's office, some equivalent that's been turned into a temporary meeting hall. You walk in with your gigantic throng of people. Harlock, you and Faria are at the head. Faria, sort of nods. Silverfish, I believe we've reached our breakthrough. Silverfish turns around. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Goodness. Literally everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, it's the agreed upon day.
Of course. And
everybody's chipper and great.
Come into the back. Come into the back. They sort of gesture you into the back of this meeting hall.
Why is there a chandelier on the floor?
It's, I don't know. I think it's some sort of, fancy floor pattern to make the place look nicer. She looks at the roof. There's a chain hanging from the roof.
Yeah, that's a chandelier.
It fell and became embedded in the floor, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't look, Bream. You'll be very upset, I'm sure. It's very messy.
You hear a single tut.
I just realized, Faria, should I really bring the goobers in? Well,
They're smart. They're very mature for their age.
It might be my personal lack of sleep talking, but
You too?
I feel like they are safest with you.
Well, that's very true. Come here, dears.
He moves in, and you guys start to head into the meeting hall, one after the other.
Not everyone has butler standards, Dad, okay? You are in the minority with this. Just accept it.
The world would be a far better place if everyone did have butler standards, though.
I am not sure that would be true. Then everybody would just be as completely obsessive about it as you were, and dust is probably important for somebody's immune system, right? Let's just let it go. Just let it go.
You all wind up piling into this room, and finally, Freya sort of moves to the front, walks around the outside, and puts his hands down on the table pretty lightly. You imagine in his head he did a slam, attention grabbing for the room, but in reality it's
Wow.
Harlock gives him a thumbs up.
I like to think when Faria brings his hands down in that very pathetic manner, everyone's like, oh, I guess we should pay attention. Meanwhile, Mercy's like, oh, he's so assertive today.
Marcus kicks the leg of the table when his palms touch down to try and help.
Marcus stumps his toe.
Marcus, you managed to amplify the sound ever so slightly to the rest of the room.
I don't think it's much more of a noticeable effect, and now my toe hurts.
The wimpiest people have all hopped in on this, so Freya commands the attention of the room, and he rubs the bridge of his nose. With the assistance of Harlock, we have managed to achieve a few crucial breakthroughs in the makeup of this. He reaches into his pocket. This silver. He puts it down on the table. This substance that seems to defy all of our own expectations. originally, I had a wide variety of theories related to the substance, but thanks to not only our efforts, the samples that you all have provided me, as well as the research material provided to me by, turns over and looks at Inian, and she just waves. I've come to a few core conclusions related to the substance. The first being that this obviously is being used to create the body of those creatures we call angels. That much we have understood all along. However, based on your findings in that mountain fortress, this is functionally given an animate will, the ability to move around, thanks to the souls of discarded ASMR bodies. He says, as gently as possible with the twins here. Not like the souls of dead ASMR or anything like that. He phrases it, stepping around it in a way that hopefully they won't 100% parse.
I mean, they're playing Dollhouse right now.
Functionally, what the soul of an ASMR allows this material to do is manifest and shape itself. It provides it with the necessary energy to take a shape. Normally, it will always sort of return to one of two forms. He pulls out 2 vials and sets them on the table. One, which is a semi-liquid state. This is one that is charged with magic but lacks a will. And then the other motions to another. It's full of an almost chalky sand, the same substance you've seen before. A state that lacks a will and lacks magic. It appears to be just depleted soil, fundamentally, at its core level. It is, quite literally, the dirt of this world that's been corrupted slightly. He takes another step in this direction. But the core of our discovery is related to what you uncovered in that fortress. This idea of a connection to the other side. Functionally, what the soul of an ASMR does is related to an ASMR's oath. Allow me to illustrate it this way. He suddenly swaps into education mode, thinking for a second. Let's say, you two.
Do you want a whiteboard for those illustrations, bud?
No, this will be a physical demonstration. You two, motions over to Inian and Gregor.
Hi.
Of the two of you, which one of you two is more likely to, commit a crime? Inian puts up a hand. There's not even a question. Yeah. Okay, well, then the two of you come over here. For the sake of this illustration, you, motions over to Inian, you will be, robbing you for, all of your money. Okay.
Good luck.
Okay, Gregor, give me all your money.
I don't have it, Marcus keeps it for me.
And my pockets are like a bank vault.
For the sake of illustration, Farir reaches into his pocket and throws some coins at Gregor.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna need to give me those.
This isn't mine to give.
Well, too bad I'm taking it. Now, in this instance, Inian walks back having pried a coin out of Gregor's hand. Gregor, do you let that go?
No, Gregor's gonna hold on. He's not gonna fight Inian, but he's not gonna give away the coin.
For the sake of this illustration, these two scramble around in the background. For the sake of this illustration, a crime has just occurred.
Not yet, it hasn't. Inian, there's still a chance to turn your life around.
No, I'm afraid I've already fallen to evil. Just give me the coin. Give me the coin. Come on, give me the coin.
Gregor, just give her the coin. It's okay.
For the sake of this illustration, both of these parties could not be trusted to arbitrate true justice. In this case, that one, motions over to Gregor, is the wrong party. The wronged party. He, in this instance, is the one stolen from, and that other one, motions over to Inian, is the criminal, the one doing the stealing. If you asked either of them for sound or accurate judgment, both of their own personal involvements with the case would cause a distortion of the truth. And Ian continues to move around this way. In this way, this is why we have judges, legal personnel, people in charge of arbitrating cases. We don't leave justice in the hands of the person wronged. There's still no crime. You won't give me the coin. She struggles bodily, now putting one leg up on Gregor as well, and just using her full body like a lever to kick off of you, where you just hold firm. The discovery, recorded within that stone that you brought me back from the capital, is related to functionally this: the judgment and administration of an oath. Can an Aasimar who takes an oath upon themselves be considered a true arbitrator of their own success or failure? He tenses fingers. It was believed for quite some time, in a lot of cases, Aasimar would fail their oaths, even when they themselves believed that they were more than succeeding them. This phenomenon was attributed to some sort of level of deeper conscience, but over time, the theory changed. Research was done into this concept that an Aasimar's soul had some sort of connection to the other side. Functionally, morally, Aasimar are being watched and judged by visitors on high. He motions up with his finger up above. It's quite an upsetting concept that an angel or some other divine being might be peering through you and judging your own moral character. The success or failure of an Aasimar's oath is administered by those celestial judges. He gets a more difficult expression. But, just the same, these creatures are not always aware, and they're not infallible. Similarly, what we've discovered is the purpose of using an Aasimar soul. He sighs and gestures over to the semi-liquid, silvery vial. The purpose is to forge a connection between the world above and this one, to connect one of those celestial judges to our world and give them a puppet to move around. The oath is simply an excuse, a writ given for celestial bodies to interfere in mortal affairs. Now, physical forms are being granted to them. Are being given the ability to interfere on a mass scale in our issues, in the issues of our country of Tannhauser.
It's actually really cool if it doesn't mean the end of the world.
Yes. Functionally, we face an invasion.
Yeah, shame that it does.
Yes, functionally, we face an invasion from on high. But, here's the key to all of this. He points over to Gregor. Your ability to apparently sever the link between above and below was one of the key determining factors. You said that you severed one of those creatures from the heavens, did you not? And it still moved afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you talking about the female angel with the big sword?
He shrugs. Is that the one from the report? Looks over to Harlock.
Nods.
Nods back to you. Nerd to nerd communication.
It's just grunts. They've been mostly communicating and just
yeah. Honestly, they've been getting along great. Like, Harlock, you think you've made a friend, a gruff friend who just won't talk to you, really, which is perfect, ideal for your current mind state. He looks over to Gregor. Well, if it can still move after the fact, that means that it isn't just a simple puppeteering, then. He rubs his chin. Maybe it's fully inhabiting. Maybe they're forging themselves bodies.
So, are you describing this more as strangely a possession?
Yes, I believe that would be the best way to describe it. They are being forged. They're being forged bodies of silver that they can possess and move around. They appear to be extremely hardy, nigh impossible to kill, and have very few weaknesses. He sort of clears his throat. But that is where today's discovery comes in. He gets a big smile on his face. With the assistance of a few people, including motions over to Harlock, our visiting free archaealchemist, we've discovered a solvent, a way to separate that fundamental cosmic essence from the silver itself and reduce it back to motions over to the almost discolored soil material. So, this only exists in exceptionally limited quantities, and we cannot mass produce it easily.
Oh.
he half smiles, but that doesn't mean things are completely hopeless. With the assistance of, as I stated before, Harlock, as well as another intrepid individual. As he says intrepid individual, someone lets out a determined, like very meditated as you hear a loud screech in the corner as
What?
someone attempts to sit with their back to you all on a stool. You notice this fucker the second you walked in. Back facing you on this stool. They try to dramatically turn around while laughing. Unfortunately, it's a stool, and it grinds across the ground, letting out a loud, discordant call. Yep.